24 teams put on a good sweat during the 7th annual Green Cup tournament at Lakeland College in Vermilion Sunday. The name of the game was floor hockey, and the cause was to raise money to fund projects organized through the Enviro Club. Kathy Lee has the details on how the money will help out current and future projects.
Two things were accomplished at the Green Cup tournament: getting together with friends.
A lot of alumni usually come to play. They come back to Lakeland and play for their old team that they had here for their dorm or their classes or whatever, and just kind of get back together with old classmates, I guess.
And raising money to fund projects for the Environment Club.
They do all the stuff with recycling bins. We plant trees. We just finished a green roof project that we're doing. We're going to build a big gazebo and stuff and kind of show that it does work and stuff, and then we're going to take on some little bigger projects with the green roof.
We have environmental sciences, and I think we need to do as we teach and recognize that everybody in the community and the college plays a role in the environment and in terms of long-term sustainability.
The money raised from the tournament and sponsors will go towards their current green roof construction project.
So it pays for our materials and construction and the paint and the plants and all the things that are involved.
And help propel a scholarship.
We have started a scholarship through Lakeland College, and we're adding to it every year. We hope to get to about $5,000 so we can have an ongoing scholarship, so we're up to about $2,500.
Although team numbers are down this year from 32, the tournament has picked up momentum over the years.
It kind of fluctuates anywhere between 24 and 32 teams, and it just continues to gain in popularity. Now we have people emailing us asking what date is the event. So it's starting to become a tradition on campus here.
The club has also been involved in a recycling project and have donated money to buy a windmill for a trout pond. Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
The price was right on a variety of nostalgic items at the 15th Annual Antique Show and Sale, an event for avid collectors to first-time visitors. An accredited appraiser was on hand to make sure everyone got a bang for their buck. Kathy Lee explains why there's been a growing demand for dealing and buying collector items over the years.
Averaging about 120 appraisals a day during shows, Gail Peary never has a dull moment at her job.
You just never know what people are going to be bringing in. It's like Christmas every 5 minutes. Something gets unwrapped, and it could be anything. It could be a postcard, or it could be a piece of fine art, or it could be an old quilt.
Having done business around the world and with the Canadian Antique Roadshow, Peary has an eye for the right price.
And the markets are different everywhere, so you need to be on top of the market to be able to provide fairly accurate assessments for people.
The Antique Show has been around for a while in the border city, but this is the 4th year with an appraiser.
It creates another interest because people like to have their items appraised, find out what the value of them is, find out some history on them. They find it quite interesting to be able to have their items looked at and someone tell them what the history is.
Peary has noticed a growing English theme for collector items at the show.
I've already seen some items related to the British monarchy this morning, and I imagine there's going to be a lot more coming in. And with the upcoming royal wedding, people are thinking more about their royal commemorative items.
And says the increase in business in the area might be a sign of the times.
Our demographics, downsizing that's happening with baby boomers, and their parents are sort of dying off, and the boomers are unloading parents' things that they don't want.
Whether or not the items are wanted, Peary says each is a link to the past.
It's nice for people too to learn about some of the things that their family has held on to for a number of years, because often they don't know anything about them.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
The future of the Lloydminster Bobcats now rests in the hands of the AJHL after the Friends of the Bobcats pitched their proposal on Friday. This afternoon, Newcap Sports spoke with AJHL President Craig Cripps on how the presentation went.
Well, I thought the meeting went very well for the Bobcats. It was approximately a 3-hour meeting, at which time there was a short presentation by the Bobcat group that certainly answered a lot of the questions that we had, and after which basically a back and forth with question and answer period.
Cripps said he was impressed with how fast the community came together to save the franchise in such short time.
And the people that have stepped up in rather short order. The AJHL has some very aggressive timelines because we will be going into scheduling for next season in short order, so we needed certainly to be comfortable with the presentation, and we do have some questions left, but certainly at this point we are moving forward.
Now that this process is over, a couple of items still need to be completed by the Friends of the Bobcats before the league sits down and decides if the club is going to remain in Lloydminster.
There are elements of the organization that we need to see who's in place, and in very short order we're going to gather our entire board, probably in Edmonton, perhaps Red Deer, and that executive will make a small presentation to our entire AJHL board, at which time the vote will take place to either accept or perhaps not accept them as an organization. But right now I can tell you it certainly doesn't look too bad.
The AJHL Board of Directors will make their final decision on or around April 9th. Young hockey players from around the Midwest and Lakeland regions were in the border city Saturday showing off their skills in hopes of cracking a roster in the fall. The Lloydminster PWM Steelers, Europump Ice Cats, and the Universal Heat held their spring ID camps. The PWM Steelers coaching staff was looking on at players trying to make the team next season.
Gives kids the chance to come out, show their stuff, you know, see if we got interest for the upcoming fall camps, trial camps. And from what I've seen from all three teams, there's a real good turnout.
There's lots of new talent coming up, and the Bantam AAA from the Ice Cats have some good players coming up, so it'll be a good experience.
For players like Bowie looking to be back with the Steelers next season, she finds having a spring camp is beneficial.
When I came to the camp, I was an underage player, so it really gave me that good feel for what midget AAA hockey would be like. And it allowed me to experience like the commitment that is needed and the talent and just the focus basically.
The parents also find the hockey camps and season to be entertaining.
What would we do all winter? Can only go ice fishing and shovel snow so much, so I'd rather be sitting in an arena watching some good hockey.
With more girls attending this year's camp, Wright is confident he'll see more players trying out in the fall.
Both girls teams are pleasantly surprised. I think numbers might be a little bit higher than expected, and we are both missing a few players here and there that we knew couldn't make it. So yeah, it's looking real positive.
Without a program like the Steelers or the Ice Cats, I don't know what these girls would be doing. A lot of the smaller communities, once they hit, for example, midget age, they really don't have a place to go.